We have the one and only Mr. Robbie Summers, Mr. High Ticket himself. How we doing, brother?
Hey, dude, what's going on? How are you?
Great. So good to see you. I'm so happy you could jump on. I just saw you last week. How great was that? How fun was that in Boise?
Justin, it was amazing being around. I mean, we're around 200 high-level entrepreneurs. Everybody's made at least $1 million inside of ClickFunnels. It was mind-blowing just being around everybody and learning and growing. I love it. And helping, serving, it's awesome, isn't it?
Oh, man, absolutely. And just being in that environment and just, kind of rubbing off each other's energy and ideas and collaboration and then rubbing elbows with you and all your energy, brother. My God.
My wife says, Justin, if we find a way to bubble up my energy, bottle it up, that we'd be billionaires. We haven't figured out how to bottle it up, but maybe we do that with some CBD bottle Robbie energy. I don't know. There's got to be something there, right?
We'll figure it out. We'll do a co-branding. I'll do some research with my team. We got a Boost X. Maybe there's something there. We'll figure something out, man. So,
dude, I love it, man. I can't tell you how excited I am to be with you, just because of your desire to serve and to help out people. Every time I look around in the community and then I look and watch you on Facebook, you're where can I serve? Where can I help my people? What can I do? It's awesome. So I'm just honored to be here and to help out your group and the people that are watching this. It's going to be fantastic.
Well, I appreciate it, and right back at you. It takes one to know one. And so what we're doing here is, a lot of people know me from CBD, and it was a bumpy road when the pandemic thing happened 2 years ago. We couldn't figure out how to sell our products online, and that's when I really went down the rabbit hole with ClickFunnels and Russell Brunson and all the wonderful people, and got into the inner circle. Who you now run it, which is incredible, and really unlocked the secrets. And so I was sitting there and I was like, well, basically what I did was I took Traffic Secrets, I implemented it in 3 months, internal, external teams. And I was like, if I can do it in such a restricted industry, oh my God, how many more people could I serve and help? Let me get that out there. And so I talked to you a little bit about it. And then I was talking some more. And then I went through your high ticket secrets and the funnel flicks. And I was like, oh my God, I look for those needs. Like you said, it's like, okay, how can I help? So there's a lot of people out there that need help with traffic. So I'm like, well, here's the best book of all time. I can help you get a team together and implement it like I did. And then I was like, well, here's the other thing with high ticket. A lot of people have high ticket, but they're not converting the sales, or they're having issues with salespeople. So I want you to talk to a bit about the high ticket secrets and what are the things that hold people back from launching their high ticket.
Justin, that's so good. And thank you for that. There's a couple of things I kind of want to talk to. And, so many people, they look at a high ticket offer, and every industry can have a different level of high ticket offer. For if I'm teaching, if I'm on YouTube and I'm teaching kids how to play Minecraft, and my target kid, a high ticket offer might be $100. For me, a high ticket offer is less than $1,000. And so when I look at it, I say, what can we do? The reason that we want to do a high ticket offer is that gives me the ability to serve my people at the highest level. There's more personal interaction, and there's some other things that are really cool about it. Is that it allows me to not only serve them at a higher level, but I get to develop these relationships and work with these people. Justin, I think of like people like you and working directly with Russell Brunson and Steve Larson and Eileen Wilder and Myron Golden, and these are people that I get to rub shoulders with and learn and get to know on a personal level, because I have the ability to help them at a whole nother level. And the great thing about a high ticket is when you think about a high ticket, if I look at something and I think, hey, I want to make $1 million with my business. Okay, well, if I do that and I do it $100 at a time, guys, that I've got to sell like 10,000 products to do it at 100 at a time. But if I turn around and I sell $100,000 product, I only have to sell 10 of them. And I can serve those 10 people at such a higher level than you can somebody that you're selling $100 product and $100 offer to. You've got it. It just gives you that ability to take things to a whole nother level and to help them out. Matt, the thing that scares people more than anything with a high ticket offer, and the reason that they don't that why they don't push forward with it, why they don't do a high ticket offer. In my experience, the biggest reason is people, they sit back and they think to themselves, hey, I don't know if what I have can be good enough. I don't know what it's going to do for people. And they have, I mean, in our industry, we call it a bit of imposter syndrome, right? Justin, the second you don't feel like you're the imposter, that's when you really are the imposter. I don't know if everybody got that. If I'm sitting here and I'm thinking I'm not sure if what I have is good enough, and I have imposter syndrome, the second that you don't feel like you have imposter syndrome, that's when you become the imposter. And so if I'll take it and I'll look at it, I was sitting down with somebody last week and I talked to him. I said, listen, dude, you got to raise your prices. And he said, I know I need to, I have to, but I'm scared to because, and I sat back and I said, hey, listen, I'm just going to call him Kevin. That wasn't who it was, but Kevin, listen for just a minute. Hey, if somebody comes into your program and does everything that you ask them, teach them, and train them to do in 6 months, how much money should they make? And I know we don't have a crystal ball. We don't. And he's like, on and on. He's like, they're going to make $50,000, $100,000. If they've already got a business up and running, they're going to do $500,000. And I looked at him and I said, hey, Kevin, so what you're telling me is if I give you $100,000, you wouldn't give me $25,000 back? And he was like, well, of course I would. And I said, so why do you have a problem then only charging, why his program is $12,000? And he said, double your price, put it to $25,000. And so if I can look at it and I say, listen, I have something that is changing people's lives and it's helping them out. And especially when I can see a return, whether it's a mental return, a fiscal return, a relationship return, the places health, wealth, and relationships, in those three places, like just amazing things can happen. And the other thing that I look at, Justin, is I think when people ask me how I get the energy that I have and why I'm so excited to be with people, Justin, people are God's greatest creation. And we all have something special inside of us. And if we will get out there and we'll share what we came to this earth with, that we have things that we can bless and we can change people's lives. And if I don't share what I have with the world, it's like shame on you. In fact, one of the things we're going to talk about tomorrow is why it's your moral obligation to do high ticket sales. But like you should have this moral obligation. This is what I got to be doing, and this is where I've got to be. It'll blow your mind when you sit back and you look at it. And what's funny, Justin, is high ticket sales, selling a $50,000 product for me is so much easier than selling a $5,000 product or a $50 product. Because you work it and you find the right people and you only have to target and market to the right people. And now all of a sudden I get to share, in one aspect of my life where my genius is, what I can do and how I can help bless and change other people's lives. Justin, I mean, high ticket sales and working with things like that's changed so many people's lives that you've been around. And it just gives us that next step, that next level to be personal and to really change their lives. I kind of went on there for a little while. Sorry about that.
I love it. And I said, Robbie, let's just do a little 10 to 15 minutes. But I knew with a couple of talkers like us, there's no chance. But we're shooting for it. We're trying. We can
have a goal. We can have a goal.
But I love all the knowledge that you bring, all the experience that you've been. I mean, you've been there through the ups and the downs and the way ups with Russell Brunson before ClickFunnels. You wrote an incredible book. I've been trying to push you to publish the book with Russell. And if Russell is too busy, I'd be more than happy to fly wingman with you anytime, brother, on a high ticket book. For those that are in the platinum part of ClickFunnels, you have access to FunnelFlix. And Robbie put together this amazing high ticket secrets training that he's got all of those things in .com secrets. There's great scripts that I guarantee that you are a part of developing over the years and helping with salespeople and hiring salespeople and training salespeople. And you're so good that you guys went from, correct me if I'm wrong, somewhere around 100 salespeople to 1. And you were the 1.
we went down to 2. What was crazy about it And Justin, anything about like when you talk about like real, hardcore salespeople, lifelong salespeople, they can be a headache. They're we got egos, and a lot of us are prima donnas, and so if you can imagine having 70, 80, 100 of attitudes and personalities, what we did is we took all of those salespeople. We had this huge sales floor, and we condensed it down to just two of us. We kept the best two salespeople, and we said, these are the two people that we're gonna. It was me and one other guy, and we said, we're gonna go out there. And what happened is, it didn't take long, Justin, before just the two of us were outperforming, outproducing when we had the huge sales floor and all those people that were, and so we're doing more volume, more sales, more revenue than we were with 60, 70, 80, 100 people. And there was only two of us, which we loved, because Justin, as salespeople, we love to work on commission. And it was like, hey, instead of the commission going to 60 people, it got divided up between two people. And so your salespeople love you, and you nailed it. You hit it. It's all inside of High Ticket Secrets, inside of FunnelFlix. If you don't have a ClickFunnels account, first of all, go get one. But second of all, there's so much knowledge and information. That's just one course. But Justin, we used to sell that course by itself for $5,000. And it's in there. You $297 a month.
Yeah. I mean, it's an incredible. I went through it, and I know that you have it somewhere behind you, I bet, in the hardback or in the physical form as well. And some of the scripts that you guys have written blew my mind. And I've been in sales going on 29 years now. And I was just blown away. Like every time I pick up .com Secrets or I hop into FunnelFlix, I always read something else, and I'm like, man, like and like I know Russell talks about a lot, like with Napoleon Hill, that he's going down the rabbit hole of, it's the same framework but brought to a different level. And if you keep serving and over delivering, that's how you can get that high ticket, where most of the stuff that Russell teaches is in those three books that you can get free plus shipping. But if he keeps over delivering and keeps making offers, I know there's a 2 Comma Club Live coming up tomorrow, then you just want to come back for more. He'll keep serving you, and he's just teaching you those same things. So my question to you is, and I know you've seen both sides of this, is if you were going to do a high ticket offer, let's say, would you start low and have things that went up to the high ticket, so you have that customer ascension, that value ladder? Or would you start high and then worry about building out those lower tiers afterward?
Justin, so great question. And what we do is we look at, hey, there's a problem. And we look at and we say, how can we help our customers or our clients solve the problem? And what is everything that they're going to need? And we throw it all together into one bundle. And so we always start out at the high ticket. And then what you can do, though, and it makes it so much easier to build your value ladder out, Justin, because if I start out with my high ticket and then I say, hey, you know what, I'm going to charge this price for my high ticket program, but I can drop down a level if I pull this out. And they're still going to get great information and great help, but maybe they're not going to get as much access to me. And then I can pull maybe coaching out and drop down another level and say, hey, I can give them like a done for you workbook or course or something like that. And then I can pull something else out and I can say, hey, listen, that you're going to have, bits and pieces, the best parts of the course. Then what I do, and so what happens, Justin, is it makes it so much easier if I start at the top and say, how can I serve my customers at the highest level? Number one, and I throw everything in, and we have fun with it. We're like, hey, Russell, why don't they move in with you for a week and they sleep in the spare bedroom next to you and Colette? And Russell's like, okay, that's going to cost like $5 million. Because Russell's an introvert, and so it's like okay, so let's pull that out. But like we do things, and we just, how can I serve these people to help them be as successful as possible? And then we say, okay, for us to put this together, what is the price tag going to be on that? What makes it something that we can do and worthwhile to cover all of our expenses and make it worthwhile? And then you just build the value ladder down. And Now your value ladder, Justin, it's so easy because it's 100% congruent from my right at the very beginning all the way to the top. And I can look at it and I can say, hey, whether it's a free plus shipping or a $100,000 product, that it's all going up and down the same value ladder all the time.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, that's the way I would do it as well, is start with the high ticket and then build the things out behind it. Because also when you're selling the high ticket and you're converting the sales, then that certainly makes it a lot easier to have the revenue to build out everything else and set up everything else in place. So I love it. So before I let you go, I wanted to make sure everyone knows tomorrow Robbie's going to be speaking at a free challenge. It's day 3, so it's the last day. And to get signed up for free, just head over to converthighticket.com and you can get signed up for free and you can hear more and more of this conversation. And another thing behind me, you can see that there's we got some avocados here that I'll be sending to Robbie. You let me know if I need to send them to the office or your house. Hit me up on Messenger and we'll send them out to you. But here's another cool thing that I had to have Robbie on the show. So Robbie is quite the craftsman. And if you follow him on Facebook or social media, you've seen him do some pretty cool projects like the tables. And I bought his knife, a really cool, chef's knife that helps with, chopping up the veggies and whatnot. And there was some, it was olive wood from, I think, Bethlehem.
Yeah.
And then some really cool, just awesome. It's going to be a keepsake for the rest of my life and hand down to my children. But so Robbie does another thing. He makes these pens. And when he sent me the knife, he just threw one of his pens in there, hashtag over deliver. And then Robbie started putting out there on social media that he was making a pen from an extinct animal. And at first I didn't know if it was a joke or possible, or I was like, is it priceless? But here it is, folks. It is a pen made from a woolly mammoth tusk. That's right. Woolly mammoth, no longer walking the earth. So this thing is basically it's essentially priceless. Tell everybody a little bit about this story about this pen.
Dude, it's crazy, Justin. Well, and what's so cool about this too, Justin, is when you can tell a story behind something, the value of the object or the item goes up substantially. So it's ivory from the tusk of a woolly mammoth. It was found in a gold mine in Alaska, and it's over 100,000 years old is what they carbon dated it. And so what I do is, everybody's got a woolly mammoth guy, right? Right. So what happened is, comes along and I find it and I buy, we call them blanks, and you can do lots of different things with them. And I was like, I'm going to make a beautiful pen out of it. It's an ivory pen. Literally, like, getting this stuff, it's super hard to get and super rare and expensive. Nobody else on planet Earth is going to have an ivory pen. And so Matt, Matt's on the Facebook. Justin, how do they get is somebody going to win the pen, or what are we doing with that?
Yeah, so basically when you go to converthighticket.com, get signed up for free for the challenge. It's day 3. And at the end, we're going to make a irresistible offer. And whoever signs up, whoever takes action is going to get the pen. So literally the first person that signs up tomorrow that actually applies and qualifies for the offer is going to get the pen, which could be worth a few $1,000s, and if in the right offer stack could be worth $50,000. So I just really appreciate that, and Robbie dropped it off when I was in Boise for me, and I really look forward to probably taking a few more pens off your hand if there's any more left. My goodness,
Matt, Justin, I keep seeing Matt at the bottom. Justin, I'm going to send them to you. I've got some stuff I'm sending your way, so just kind of be on the lookout for it. We'll trade pens for avocados. I like it.
Hey, that sounds like a great deal. We'll get a bunch of them sent your way, brother. So I really appreciate you taking the time. I can't wait to hear what you have to say tomorrow. Say hi to your beautiful wife, and you're just got one daughter left that's in the house, right?
I've got 2 daughters. I've got Kenna and Allie, but my oldest is down in your neck of the woods playing football, and life is good.
That's awesome, brother. Well, thanks so much for sharing. Everybody hit Robbie up if you need pens, knives, high ticket sales secrets, access to ClickFunnels. He's the man to talk to. So thanks so much, Robbie, for everything. We'll see you tomorrow, and have a great evening, everybody.
Cool, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Take care.